Hey guys, welcome to my sixth video in the Python for Everybody series. In this video, we're going to solve the exercises from chapter 7 of the Python for Everybody book, which is about reading and writing files with Python. Okay, let's get started. So in the first exercise, we just need to write a program to read through a file and print the contents of the file line by line, all in uppercase. Okay, but for this, you first have to download this text file. You will have a link in the book, which you can find in the website. Okay, so I already have downloaded this mbox short.txt right here. So I have it, make sure to have it in the same folder where you will have the Python script which you're going to execute, okay? Because that makes sure that Python really finds the file uh, inside the same folder where the script is being executed. Otherwise, you'd have to provide the full path of the file. But at the moment, don't worry about the path, just make sure to put it in the same folder as the script. Okay, let's get started. So, to open the file, we will use the open function in Python. So we can just use open and save all the contents of the file in a file handle, which I'm going to call fhand. And then I'm going to open the file, which is called mbox short-short.txt. So I'm putting the file name here in as a string, and then I'm giving the mode in which I want to open the file. Since I only want to read the file, I'm just putting R here, okay? So now I have the file handle which can be iterated. Okay, so I can do something like this. For line in fhand, I can just print every line. Let's try this out. Let's see if this works. We have an error. You probably will see something like this. That's because Python is trying to find the text file inside this py4e folder, but I have it in the chapter 7 folder. So I'm just going to move into the chapter 7 folder. Okay, so now if I try to execute again, okay, this I have to. Okay, now I'm okay. So if I execute now my Python script, you'll see that it's already printing all the lines in my text file. Okay, but as always, make sure to move into the folder where you have the text file and the script. Okay, so now we've done most of the exercise. We print it line by line. We just need to convert it all into uppercase. That's really easy with Python. So line is just a string in this fhand. So what we can do is we can use the ready function, which is upper. Sorry, it should be just upper, if I remember correctly. I'm just going to try this. Okay, so this seems to have worked. Let's kill this and try this again. Yeah, as always, I'm having to move to. Okay, so if you see now right here in my console, you can see that all the text is in capital letters. That's because we used upper. Okay, so the first exercise was really easy. So let's continue with the next one. So in the second exercise, we need to write a program which will prompt the user for a file name and then read through the file and look for the lines of the form like this, which start xd spam confidence. Okay, so when we encounter this line, we will just pull apart and extract the floating point number. If you remember, we already did that in the previous chapter. We're going to count this line and then compute the total of the spam confidence values, which are these values here. And when we reach the end of the file, print out the average spam confidence. Okay, you can take a look at the two files we have. So let's see mbox short. If you see that there are multiple lines which have this pattern right here, and we only need to extract the floating point number. Okay, let's get started with this. So first, I'm going to need to get the file name from the user. So I'm just going to use the input function, and I'm going to save the file name into a variable called file name. I'm just going to use the input and enter the file name as the message for the user. Okay, so after I get the file name, now I will use open to read the file. So I'm just going to use open, and file name will be the argument, and I'm just going to use read as a mode since I only need to read the file. Okay, so now we have the contents of the file in the fhand, which we can iterate. So we can do for line in fhand, and then inside here we need to get only the floating point numbers. Okay, if we see into the files in, just let's check out the pattern. So the dspam confidence, we have a space before the floating point number, so it would be better to check for the index of the space like we did in the previous chapter, but there we checked for the colon. So in this case we're going to check the index of the space, and then we're going to slice this string starting from the next element after the space. So if we get the index of this character, the space here, and then we can slice the string to get only this part. Okay, let's try to write this. So I'm going to first I'm going to find the index of the space. I'm just going to call this space index, and then in line dot find, and then I'm going to give as an argument just a single space. Okay, so this will give me the index. Now to get the floating point number, I'm just going to call this my num. I'm going to slice the string, the line, starting from space index plus 1 until the end. Okay, so let's try to print this to see if this works. Let's execute this. So enter the file name mbox.txt. Oh, okay, the same error as before. I'm just going to move into, okay, and I'm going to execute this again. mbox.txt. Okay. Oh, so it's just printing every line. We forgot to add the condition to perform a check if the line looks like this. So to do that, we just need to add an if condition if the entire line starts with this string x dspam confidence. Okay, so we can do this right now. So right here I'm going to add this if condition, if line dot starts with, I'm going to put, okay, So all this code is going to be executed only if the line starts with this. Don't forget the colon here. Let's run this again. mbox.text. Okay, so as you can see, this seems to be working fine. We only get the floating point numbers printed. Okay, that's great. That's what we want. So now we want to calculate the so we want to get all these values and we want to calculate the average of the spam confidence values. To do that, we need to get to calculate the sum and we have to count the number of these lines. So how we can do that? First, we declare two variables, count, which we initialize at 0, and the total confidence, which we're going to initialize to 0. Okay, so for each number, I'm not going to print this, but I'm just going to increase the total confidence by my num, and then I'm going to increment the count by 1. Okay, so after this for loop is executed, we have the sum and the count of all the spam confidences. Okay, so after this I just need to print the average, so print average spam confidence and a space here, and I'm just going to print total confidence divided by the count. Let's run this. Let's see this works. mbox.text. Okay, we have an error. Yes, of course. We are trying to since we get the extract, so when we extract only the floating point number, we still have it as a string, so we need to convert it to a float in order for to perform operations on it. So here I'm just going to convert this into a float. Okay, let's try this again. mbox. Okay, so we get for mbox the average 0.89, and that's the result we want. Let's try it for mbox short. mbox short.text, and we get 0.75 something. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so this is all for this exercise. Let's get on with the next one. I'm just going to kill this terminal. Okay, now we this is just a fun exercise. We need to put an Easter egg into the program. So we just take the code we wrote for the second exercise and paste it here. So all we need to do here is after we get the file name input, we need to check if it's exactly nana boo boo. It's a funny phrase. And then if it is exactly that, we just need to print something to the screen. Okay, otherwise we just continue working with the file as always. So just make sure that make sure to check for this. Okay, so I'm going to perform the check right here. If file name is equal to, I'm going to copy this. Okay, so if that is the case, then I'm just going to print this message. Okay, let's put this into quotes. Okay, so we're just going to print this, and then we want to quit the program since we don't want to execute all the other parts. Okay, let's see if this works. Nana boo. Okay, that seems to be working fine. This was just a really more of a small fun exercise. So guys, this was it for this chapter and for this video. I really hope you find this helpful. Um, Comment below if you have questions about the code we've written for these exercises, and I hope you continue learning Python. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share if you want to support the channel. And also check out my Twitter, Instagram, and my Facebook page. The links will be below. Also make sure to check out Python for Everybody website where you can find all the free resources to follow that course. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.